Premtobre Shimama ya mamunyina ha ya mwakwa abado ba Adom TV Premtobre Kasee so ewie nsamosie na brason sa utibie sa Adom TV Premtobre Kasee sabna do so ne etodwa wo mu bi ya wo betini ya chiri nipa nan aka ho efa owura Eric Johnson ona eye Kuzi Hills Hotel adodo na nim na ojrapa Dubai ya wo Upper West Regional nipa bi ekum no no ohene ya wo zogu eno ye bronu bi wo boga ye boko wo Upper East mantam ni mo se bambofo okire military no adwuma mo ye no eboade nanso se mo boa na be wie kire bi wufa ho no so ya asem nti wo so mo ani ekoho wo sansem ni mo Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana ye trinity asetewu se wo mu se won mo nsem ni bia ban tie de aka ne do so nti wo mu gusua won twene mu a won de anya wadwen so wo ko school dem na na se chena akoye wo adwuma sansem no eni nsem bi ya agudie wo mo na yakọ bi man so ne anigede na wi emede browse Adom TV Premtobre Kasee o share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV channel 119 DSTV 280 medi de afia amankwa tamaklo say afia ni de kwasiti said nsem ni nchiremu etie wachi nipa nan bi aka ho efowura Eric Johnson ya Kuzi Hotels Kuzi Hills Hotel eyane dia I know wo Upper West mansom no emu obi nka bi nhemu panino ni fie ene nipa bi akokum no enne ya chi nipa nan aka ba ko a adano ano wo mo ekire no no Adom TV Kasee etoso
enipa nan yika ho a posifo akire enipa num ya osu se sabonefo se me woni mu bi wonom eye Dokuri Foster Premtobre Kasee Beyo Felix ene Michael Kluji ya wo nyina ye adwumayefo ewo Kuzi Hills Hotel wo Drapa sese wo nyina wa posifo aso ya wakoka kumbata kwaku eho a wo bo ama posifo ayenhwehwemu na nipakra wodi sa abonefo semi no wamamra no ene nedi posifo chwese Owura Johnson eba beto dwase wawu edan private residence a ene hotel no ebohye na wonhwehwemu no ohunu se awudie no koso bese ahomache donko aba pa hosima aduasa isanse sa abre no ena ne hyan ba ko a nipabonfo yi ewi aye wotu frifie wo nipa wokokom no nso edi atwede efro ne wo no ekọ efi wonu mo ansa no wokọ akọrua ne dem sa abre kro no mu na wadware awi a okọ akoda ebra wodafa mo no na ne tawo ebonimu a sekan kro ewo ne ho senti ususe nipa yi ode sekan enekom no yentie Owura Eric Johnson penimpa woda Drapa Dubai ano ebra wote ase no nkita wodi a woni nsɛmhwɛfo nyaaye ekire de enti a oye na adwen sɛ hotel adwuma eno obeye.
For the past years, having been in the region, for the past 25 years, when I started coming home, I saw a lot of things lacking because it was a newly region being created. And then we needed some facilities. I've seen that most of the facilities are lacking over here. And I wonder how people are transferred here, whether they're also failing things like how the southern side is. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to put up such facilities so that to get employment for the youth and at the same time improve the social life of the people.
Nti mayenkwa homa no so na sawe hosem we no ye hwese ye benya Samuel Danapia security analyst na ye ne nadi nkoma fa ho ye nyano yi biento so na yenko ensamfoforo emu na ohene ya wo zugu eno ye brono bi wo boko wo Upper East mantam no emu eno de to military fo a wo mo hwe aboban e wo boko ama asumdua ye adwuma ene se de wo mo boban na nso bia fa ho kunkum bi no na na se ha adwene eyie osese obi ye bibi na mra no che na wo mamra no anya adwuma asense bia sa nipa no ye beyi no afri ho Adom TV Kasee etwaso
Elia Belemwen edisanse mwetu dwawo na yimfie bra one bamboku awodo ene nananom ahemfo ekwehyehyia ya wo mokasa efa asrafo a ebeto dwase won makum nipa miensa bi ewo nkro no emu ochemse sesei mentime nwase no eni ada no kra akwakwa ya de fofora edi hu no suru ahwe manfo mu ne senti sabre ene wo yase bambofo beba na watimi aso mentime nwase ano Musa Gamimu ene kasa ye wo mabunu ya na emu na wode to asrafo anim se ye na se wo mo baba behwe de yekoso wo kuro no mu a asrafo hyenko na wo mfamra se be ya wo betimi ehunu wo mu.
The foot patrols, we are begging. You see this big car? When you bring this car here, I can tell you, I know my community people. If the car stands in front of Chief Palace here, People surrounding here, nobody will come out. Nobody. We fear military than any other thing. That's the gospel truth. But for military working corners in the night, when my adversary, in fact, my enemy has done that to me before. Commander, we are all human. When you take off uniform, you become like me. We are all human. It has happened to me before. There's a man who said, "The over canopeno."
And which Joint Task Force Commander Colonel Owuswapa Ekasi Sudia say, "Ahinsembia anyboko." Nemum diesi no eye nipa bonfo bi ene wo hyekuntura se opese wodi okro no ebone isan se ahemfoni hyehye yemu no zugra na ba asigri abugrago azuga ene obu ne se wo hene ewo okro no emu.
So if we understand this, let's obey simple instructions. The military are here for you. When you look at the land space here, the Kusasis are more. So you see us engaging in your operations in your area more. We cannot like one group than the other. Not what will motivate us to like one group. Nothing. And the issue here, Naba, it has nothing to do with chieftaincy as far as we are concerned. The Minister of Defense was clear when we were coming here that what is happening here is pure criminality and banditry.
Premtobre Kasee na oguso shawa Adom TV ni Adom ko yansan foforo mu na assembly members bia ewo mepe electoral area ye northern mansin mu ewo from antemu na nei wode adwene bi to aban nani sanke be ya nananum afarefo na akuafo bi ensuo na yiri ye bese won niema no ka on hwai mo mo na fe won madwuma no samra ne naso ebiem ofise koba asa nti amadwuma no aye bibia wo kwa wo ho kire wo bi ni Adom TV Kasee edinkomoye
manfo bebro wa hasa ena efribra akosombo sutade a obi etumu ewo mepe ye wo northern mansin mu ejirifa wo mfia ne senti wo mododo no ano dogome camp ena wono motie be abusumi num nie manfo yi enam sensu yire no so ama eniama foforo bebre ena eseye ne senti agese wono mo wonsem wo bie ene ekuekuo ekoye wono mo adoye ansa na watumi atena eno enenam so a assembly members are one ewo sampotemu ahuduo yi ede adesrede ato aban aso ya ahuduo nyina enim ne titiru ene wono mo wohwekua ene afaresem so se wo mebo amanfo no se de be ya obetumi ahye wono mu kua ene wono afare adwuma asibium.
The damage caused by VRA is still there. Our buildings are down. Myself like this, I'm seeking refuge as battle, and it will be my fervent wishes that I come back to my various home. And then more so, people's farm and food stars, they cannot be giving us relief items every day, but we need to go back to our farms. And fisher folks are also complaining because some of their boats have been damaged, some have been carrying away other fishing equipments and all that. So you see, if Ministry of Agriculture can come in so that we can have some equipment, farming equipment, agrochemicals and all that, so that we can go back to the farm now that the water has receded.
Muslim World League ejumekwu bi ensha abanyase ya Saudi Arabia man mu na wonom ewo wonom akọ bia honom a wode eniama ne bo no esum US dollar no empem aduanan miensa no na emo anwa ede no aduane canned fish sanitary products eni afoforo bebre. Dr. Muhammad Bashir Adom country representative wono eno wode eniama yi ekodom manfo no.
We ourselves, when we came here, we saw it that they need replacement. We made replacement with their houses because their houses have gone. The have gone. So in our report, we recommend that, so that inshallah we hope, because our people are very helpful, we hope that inshallah when we look at them about their homes, about their farms, about their everything have gone. So inshallah we will write to them inshallah.
Dr. Archibald Lecha from Mantem Swafo. No so nsema odi tudwa ebo dwumade na se no yentie bi.
A lot of people have been displaced. We are playing our part as a government, and there has been a lot of support from the people of Ghana, from the corporate Ghana, and as the MP said, there are efforts to resettle the people and restore their livelihoods.
Eno achi
ɛna Northtown emna shebedwani Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa ejina nanom ahemfo ene manfo nyina anemu ede asida PSA ma ekui se
on behalf of our chiefs, on behalf of our displaced persons, we want to thank the Muslim World Council greatly from the bottom of our hearts, most sincerely, for what you have done for our community today.
Mayento so na yede ko yensam foforo emu a wo mo a ene fem agudie eye adwuma awodo e wo Future Global Resources ene ne won mo ye kire asatro nsamagu nkrata so de ma ban se de ka ho bi amadwumako no egu no aban no hwentie won sufre na wo mo se be ye besa gira ne na so ebiem won mo hia ne ma bi ya se e ka ho pa betumi amadwuma no gira ne na so den so mu mpanimfo na buani aguso enunti ena ama enipa yi bi abo won sesen twimpanifo adwen si so no atwen krata de akoma aban no so wo mo fi se ekoba ne senti no ama binom ono aduane abo won a Adom TV etwaso.
Local suppliers ya wombuafu yi abosobo se Future Global Resources adwuma ne mpanyinfo no efiri bra wo no mo hyase se wotu fom agudia no enya de se wodi sika bia ahyemu ya ne senti ha wo no adwuma wo ye pa wodi adesrede ato asoye ya ehwe ensase eni emu nodode so eni aban eni mu se wonye Future Global Resources tumi krata infri wonsem emfa mu bi foforo a waye krado se wodi sika ebehye fom agudie adwuma ne mu na aboa wo no nyina James Kweku eye adwemtenani a woda local suppliers yi ano bra wonom ede enkrata wakuchire wonsam agusuo ekoma mensini krache de bia ono so ebeto aso ede ama ban echire no ene wone amane boni etwetwe nkomo a wode sansemi eto nanim
amanda yetimi pisia hunibare district ayewo no ya bre ya benda mines no rugu ana local suppliers local services ya joint forces with the union na ya candidate abano ombra mbabuayen na yentumi revive FGR so want to me adwuma na FGR entina nchen na new investor ombra mefa na pise Univali emfa no to papa emfafura na job ni nyina no local suppliers we are dying off.
Dr. Isaac Dasmani eye Prisia Univali Mesni Krache wono enwoje enkrata yi efri edom yi honom wono so ensem a wode to yamani boni animu no yentie bi
and they have presented their petition to me. I'll also go ahead and forward the petition to wherever the petition is addressed to. I think that the issues of FDR for the past 3 years has been lingering on, and I think that the time has come for a decision to be made, because if you see what the company is going through, sometimes when you hear purely some of them are managerial issues. So we'll try as much as possible, to send a petition to the appropriate quarters, and then I'm sure over coming days they will hear the response from the minister, and then the people who are in charge will surely come and engage the workers and make sure that at least we revive the company.
Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana yetwanitia se womo de strike no mguso ayi wo mu fi se won sam na nyina na aban no atienti kosisa aban betie no ayi nyina ma wo mu no wo nkwa adwuma ne anasa chena Adom Kasee etwaso yi
won mo kata wu Ghana eho bebro na wotwene eno mo de mo ne magu fom a omo te Ghana aban no eso atwia ena mo pension sika bi a akema mpanyimfo ntwia yemfa ma wo mo eno nti Ghana aban ne bon homodin a oni labor unions ni bi yehia ye edin komo ye nam so ntino wo makoma swade bi aban no eye de ma wo mo eba ne sane ntino Senior Staff Association ye wo University of Ghana Premtobre Kasee ye kire se wo matwe ate a wote ye wo aban ne so no wo mo edi abawiye nenso wo be hu nyina no mpanyimfo bi ye mate wu Ghana eso kasa den se
the wu Ghana per the directive from our national executive neck we are still on strike, being that our demands have not all been met, and we think that it has been met before. We have also not had engagement with the Labour Commission, the Labour Court in this country. As a result of that, the NEC find it difficult to suspend the strike. So as we speak, we are still on strike. Then Tewu Ghana to our demands go beyond other unions' demands. For example, we are talking of condition of service provision relating to payment of vehicle maintenance allowance to some staff who are TEU Ghana members, which, as we speak, some universities pay, others does not pay.
Wamanasoa Charles Arthur etwane nsem so kan ye de kan ho se etwate ya wo mate e wa ban ye so no asunsunsaso a adesuafo ehu no enya de a obetumi de ho sobo abo union no.
It's unfortunate that students at the end of the day they will be affected by the negativity of our actions, but what can one do? Because if at the end of the day we're in a country that is the only thing that the employer will understand, you understand, then of course, and we also have to note that there's nowhere in this world that you disobey the law and purport to obey the law. It's not done in anywhere. Once the law is law, you obey it. You understand? There's a provision in the condition of service. You said you will not obey it. However, you are going behind to say that I will do this. You cannot disobey the law and purport to obey the law. So we want the Labour Commission to tell the university management, the GTEC, that look, the law is the law. It's in the conditions of service.
Premtobre Kasee na obiso ni die mamenye nkrato yimrade wo chire dos ye ba ye beto so. No na yedemu koye nsamfufo emu a na yewo owura bi a wono de wono wafa abefo kwan yi a cartoons de ya ye omuse aboduaba no eno ndo odi ni nyuma ahodo nyina wode kasafa bibia ho se ye apomoden bibia na ne de ordinary akwa corruption anase drum ne ketase hye ho ensam a wode cartoons ena aka sa ensam no yenkotie emra na ye ba ye won wo zoom na ye ne dim komo de afa sa ne cartoon na wode preachy ana wode kasa efa de rubo ahodo ho no yenkomra.
Cet amortisseur c'est 600 Ghana cedi.
Huh? You say what? You say it be 600, no go tear top. Shock absorber.
Je te dis que c'est 600 Ghana cedi. Faut pas venir me stresser. Moi je n'ai pas mangé depuis le matin.
Oh, make you reduce some. Masapo, I guess some, but he say it be 650.
Hey, for one shock absorber. Oh, tell him make you reduce some.
Talk to he say no go reduce some.
Yes, our boss. I beg the shock absorber be 800 Ghana cedis. So we talk. He say no go agree.
Mommy.
Yes, Nazir.
The mechanic just called. He said a shock absorber will cost 1,000 cedis.
Yes! What? Was it acquired from the Queen of England's vehicle?
I wonder.
Darling, Nazir's mechanic called today. He said the shock absorber will cost 2,000 Ghana.
Wow. 2,000 Ghana cedis for Nazir shock absorber. Honey, I'll have to call you back, eh? My lawyer is calling in. Yes, baby.
Baby, I want to buy the shock absorber today.
Okay, but wait, oh. You also use the same car as my son, right? How much is yours?
It's 6,000 Ghana.
Hey!
Enti no cartoons eno no de board the ronti no me wo ora Louise apia e wo zoom ye ne di nkomo afa sa ne cartoons a wo de preachy no abeka no brofo na ye wi ya chechiri mu so de amount. So good afternoon and welcome to Adom TV Premtobre News.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. So what prompted this action or your new style of promoting or talking about corruption and other social issues?
Yes, thank you. Right from the inception of my animated series, I've always been a realist, and I always like to express that in my animation. I mean, this is the everyday life that we all live in Ghana, where we always end up at the demerit of middlemen, hence sparking up corruption in our country. If we have a commodity that has been priced at assuming 1 cedi, it would end up at the end buyer as 50 Ghana cedis. Why? Because there might be some incompetent middlemen in there that will spark up corruption. And then this also inevitably sparks up a rippling effect You know, so at the end of the day, you end up living in a corrupt society, and you also end up being corrupt yourself. You know, so it's something that is going on. It's something that has been happening, you know, and I decided to pour comic exaggerations to it. Yes.
So are you a victim of corruption? Have someone dupe you or something like that?
Well, I think we all are we all are, you know, in our everyday lives. You know, we go out to buy something, or you see something online. One thing that I believe is a problem that we are facing in this country is you hardly find the real owners of the commodities that are sold online, or you hardly find the real sellers, you know, of the commodity or service. There's always something that is sold or being advertised online or on the market by a middleman. So yes, we've all been victims. I've been a victim. I'm probably sure you have been a victim, but you probably might not know it. But yes.
So this one, will you say we are focusing on trading, or then later you will shift to politics, especially as we are entering a political season, or we are in a political season?
I think it's a spherical topic. What I would say is, you know, it's not just about buying and selling. It's our own human behavior. You know, if we are able to rid ourselves from tendencies of cheating, we won't make our corrupt society worse, because already we live in a corrupt society, you know. This was just an example, using car spare parts as an example, but it goes a long way into delving in so many other subjects. You know, it could be education, it could be politics, as you say. You know, it could be. Yeah, so this was just one of the examples that I cited, but it's a spherical subject that goes all around, and it's not particularly about buying and selling of commodities on the market.
Okay, so what has been the reaction? Because this is not your first time. You've done some maybe related to health and other things. So what has been the reaction with this kind of promoting corruption and other stuff?
Yes, I would say with this particular skit I put out, I'm really impressed with the outcome and how Ghanaians are reacting to it or accepting it. But like I said before, right from the inception of my series, I was talking about corruption. But you know, like I always say this, Ghana is a heavily politically driven country. So if you talk about corruption, one way or another, inevitably, you might be perceived as talking about some political figures, you know, which ends up at your own demerits. So that's why for some time I try to veer away from sensitive topics, you know, like politics and corruption. I just decided to do everyday comedy that has to do with, you know, real things that happen. Not everything that happens in our lives. But that was not the core motive or concept of Tales of Nazir. I decided to ignite this online series to talk about real life situations. It could be health, it could be corruption, it could be, you know,
so
social
have you done one concerning health before?
Yes, I have, which was also heavily accepted, you know, by Ghanaians. It was titled Ebola during the Ebola crisis back in 2014, I think. Yes, it was widely accepted. Yes.
Then we'll be waiting for such stories, because we have a lot concerning health. So if we are veering off from the politics, then let's do the health aspect, and schools especially too. Yes. I think schools or education in general, we need to talk about it, using your skit to let the authorities know what is happening. So I think we have to leave it here and maybe catch up another time. Thank you so much for your time.
For having me. All right.
Enti ora Louis apia no ono de ode abefo kwan na ebo dawro waye enioma health and work can Ebola waye na waye corruption eni ade na said Ghana yen politics no ni ade de we tie ni ntino ya no pese obekom kese ntino no o basa no wa ma no se politics obe attack obi ana bibi ne mom bibia eye light na so at the end of the day obo hu say bibi wo mu a obenya so emfa so ene ye dia besi health mu a obehwe waye bidade obehwe so obeto so na fe nwumasuan so a ebi titi nuase ho nso no de eno so afa ho nti ho komo na ye koko di ye no Premtobre Kasee na uguso ehwe wo Adom TV ye to so na ye de akọ eye ensem foforo emu na musician Derek Safo Kantanka dodo no afre no amrado enene wo se rap no wa free ho no mo de aba enwom neto ankasa no wahu se wo de rap neto wo to nim na ankasa no ama wakona nim pa wo de toto mra o rap no ene nwom to no mu na otum so wakona nim akome krom na wo ko hu ye na wo de sansemi etudwa
Jumtini amrado echemu a de ntia wosesa said you sit to jom every rap ekọ nyom to no ene se enyom to no emma na nyom a woto no ehita ebra wo kopie mu ahafo goso nananom enim ede kwato wanim se oba be ye valentine dwumedie kese ewo goso ene wode to dwa se enyom a woto ne sesie no masese ukowi ase afa na nyina nipa dodo na enim no enkyeremu se no wode to nananom enim.
Starting music career has been almost 5 years ni and kakra afena Ghana for no majima tum dia but afena no majima tum yi emra me hu se wo de menwom na asa no man ho pi because and to fund the bebre ya doso but enye easy say obebo nwom na nana etime de onwom aye den asa ana se wa ma foforo mpo hu se asema waka na to na koma so nti no before me dikan akasa krampo no me da wase pi
and wechi yo po wa ha fugo so traditional area na nakwesibo so mpra eche ne fugu eka de to aso se opamra do nwumpa na owe no nwuma na nse wo bono a eyonkra hye emani padodo na ne mre kakra mete no nwum me hu se onyame de ne bedura kire to o mana numa asem no nyina enya numa asem a sabe president kratia sabe yewura adawo mama pejam tumfo kratia ye nanan o peja asantemannim o peja sikadwanim sikadwa so nta na chi ba bi obegina biara onfa de foforo mra asanteman.
Premtobre Kasee na o hye no na yenkwachi na yenhwe owura ni monyamfo a wo ye bibia boa ne man na nne ye da sori nipa bomfo bi ekum no afri atiasefo ye asasi eso na menko Dr. Vladimir Chidanso ho na ye ne ni nkomo emfasa nsemi eho dog awie wote yenka Yamuakwaba. Dog Pachoti enka.
Hello.
Dog Yamuakwaba.
Yeah.
That's
so
that's papa. Obet me low volume no TV no so my enkakra. And my feedback.
Okay.
That's it. Nya de ude lo no kra ma enkakra ni enkasa o phone so. Me pacho yo. Enti me asho say what say Sarah Husemi a asi wo cement ifidui. Pacho wo ti ye no ofa ne say na wo dwen hu susu ye say betimi happen.
We boys say ya dos chieftaincy problem bia na ubia one man one has one am baby kura na akokan kakra na enche bia na bobu semi e koma ye ku udu borga tanga eki enra mi chi we na ma sitem ma yoro pe yi se ubia one am baby no bo no modi o ya dia mo man papa no ya target no e bia no oni oni bi edi so bi anase o bo bi bia yi e se ya target no we are for we are but em de wo ho so ne say because for na ya di actually baba afu e bi na no so
ni say kware o ma ye 5 o ya che 4 aka ho ene
o e de nyame as say because for it me abomodi ama on sa kan ni pasa o mo work street ni sa na e be ni so ji it say so ko chira pa ona hu modia papa e wonu na edi chese udia ka o si sa yes sawo you can say northern region remember we sa kra na kumasi e sa ni bodi edifice o dia ko chira pa o a etikuru nani tre kuru no so na ya wa shiri dem kasa ya
nti na yasa meti o kasa na wo de wo susu se ni wo yi be nam bokun sansam na ho
maybe zabi wo se ni wo na eden
me se wo hwa ebe fa bokun sansam na ho ana
bia ya hwe ne a principal no de baba me kenka o be say chieftaincy is a wa chieftaincy o se boku yanka
ye boy kwa ye se drapa
enti bia ebetimi aba say say wa de no say boku de no ho asem o na ye chieftaincy no so ya hwe ho ayi am say chieftaincy's problem no e o mai mu no and one is ye ni historical written down documentary evidence say bia o mai o he bia body chron history well na succession process no so actually they have to and now me know say uko English ya memoir ni obedi ade in the next 2 3 4 5 generation of the British and that ho I am want to be a ma na so ye odi kokra ewu a na na chia e basa am say it's because we don't have a written EBA actually a chieftaincy lines no DM say actually let's see about no ban so na nko twitwi amanfo krakra do yenhwe no yintawanta bibre so ba
ene dog gonfo si ha wiei na posifo asomu ndi bebe kire ya dwen no odaro ma beba onchen ye no wadi nkomo yedas Dr. Vladimir Chidanso na yete no enka no Premtobre Kasee na uguso etie no na Secretary General Dema Traders Advocacy Ghana na napoku ne wo bo MPP ne NDC fo nyina kokko abatu omo promises one montimi enuso no sere won mo pa shebo abetimi adiso me kansam na ngu yetrim na be wi akire oba no show na no mun nsam ne Adom Kasee edi nkomo yi
amusa fa betra kwa no ebehwemu are na mu ebia ne nkuruma ne demu
say no kra mu ndi ntia
no mo ndi no kra who check a friend said some of the idea about bonton corruption index GRF1 na lead sika die basabasa ne niema enya dodo na ne gina mo so but ye blame wo eye system a esesa enu tina Dr. Baumia sema de bae no me pushi me kakra because I say I am born to solve
to lead problems.
What I say obe solve eniema high. The same thing as John Mahama so is born to solve problems. Ono dia wa back out and wo Canada. The Bema business community ni ya ho be eden e betoye. Enti insama wa kan nyina no. Ya ni ne tentini ni tietia. Anya te se ba ko a ye ura na do be jira. Won sam here, me pa won cha won sam here. Now won I say you, David. At this time round say you about me say obema adwadie aye software krata nie panye mun kruche nsam ni nyina mu krata so say adwadifo e wo Ghana ya no mo san apam sa nsam a makan nyina me ba me Dr. Mahmoud Baumia meye
because mu feel say be boa mo
yes ye feel say be boa me bi tu na ma imagine say abano kranka me nkotu bi because me huru both two no dia menye. But now some more kind of asam mame encourage be but we taking decision.
Kasee na ocean. The do so ya Premtobre Kasee lawyer Eric Kasee du body ejina hanti ya mwakwaba.
Na da wan fa be points nsend.
Some some ya chikro mo memma ni nyina hanti. Ya baba no so say it is last Friday me jina hana me catch wo sa bam
prophetess.
Yeah.
Almost what?
Simple.
Your kind of I because I jet off, you know.
Simple.
Go home.
Come on. It's no, I know the one and over came. Now for demonstration on Yamba Wednesday. Yes. What that? It's young Cherry Kasee do body or to us.
Sanity, Torabia, the Fidian Edgemanti, and Fido Bunny say, Chill, Bunny, Chill, kind of you, Sabin and Neque, but it was them life. Kejuan Gassani, Erica Sedu, Ivory Coast, Aji, the trophy, no, I host and win, no, prophetess, a Fiaman Quatamakro, a share, a year, and come from Belgium, or imagine a Kamania, Nigeria, or my GB Penas and Ketaka, who could people across the world, especially France, Motomo. Obi amu obi krum na moji manisa no o ma blocking road and a dede na bibu dambales ebu aketefu anya Ivory Coast of France street mu he obi e ba se vakola me kese munkumachi mumo bia metwam vakola me kwa na mo ya France etani okopie mu kese Ivory Coast for na no Ghana akra no Ghana for Ivory Coast for mo Ghana jejeja amola mazengula ni galikos anyu no o mo bossa no mo eje Ivory Coast for so dey say no dey acha mo anya izo yamongura aye Ivory Coast for no eje na mo so bio yamongura mo dressing room se sia na me ka cha ba ne sa na ma no o mo tima mrem ne atopa de Ivory Coast players is mu fi mo nka be hadwen she mama sound kakra Abukromo de Alessa Guan, Alessa, say, Numa Hito. Talessa, Groma to say, Alessa, quick, oh, that be. It's a once a man, but Nigeria for our Hosam Stadium. Oh, yes, it's chairman. 5 hours after game, no good to you. Johnny say, yeah, I want to move. What you can't on thinking madness, on thinking far. Just say. Ni se ko se ayi okisi a oboni ja boni misie no anya izo se bebiri akapa yi ho baga ba ko de ye hwe na wo fi soro ho tem akola passe fe ni hunim bo ka kira ko hwe ye o kese bibi ya no amo che ka mo ka se omo naija you go chop fufu or bagu no aka bo ha na e come na di no nya hwebu a come na di no. But yeah, just almost yeah, feel someone go to ambulance. I say, who can class and nako. Dear prayer. I said, I didn't call you. They say, Igrino, Super Eagles, no, Igrinako to Zoom. Ye Igrino, my migri. Also, the elephant, no, Ebu is well for Igino, Nigeria for Omanaya. Sorry, next time, okay? If you are fine, film Quatama could not for me, brave. Nigeria for, and so I predict for me. Beche do be utiama so any hairdresser na Nigeria ni o be tutuni ti ho ochoba ni ti hu atu kejuara Kasee Erica Siedu body
National Headquarters Kokromoti Power ye to so de akọ amanyonsemu no hene ya wowo awutu bodua se eye 9 kwaku osradu eno de to MPP ye chitafo nyina nim se enedie wo haw bia akayo bia otan bia no wonyi akwa na wo momanka bomu emra wafam sebeya enkunimdie beye wo mo de bra wo nyina de wontumi eta Eugene ahiechi na fe wutu senya West konya no won asaje free NDC ho Adom TV etwaso
Director of Communication na mampanyini aso ye Eugene ahie onokro ya so Premtobre sebedwam de bere NPP amanyoko ne dem wo wutu senya West ede cement akoma nananom se wonye na bodua se community center wo si no won fani wo dwuma sanso no akotwa homamu a wo hyase esi awutu akwampa community center ode gari machine so akomo manfo wa abonchi sebeya adwuma wo ye no ebetimi akonkan ebra woni nananom di nkita ho enanai kwaku osadu editu dwase awutu senya West nyame hyira wo mo pa ma wo mo nipa odwere won hu sei ya ewo so manfo esonimu sebeya obetimi yedi nkonimu abato no na mpontonyuma esefata no ode ama wo mo
yesrem obia mfa yaudi nto nchen obia mfa ade a ye wa ha obia wo yaudi Jesus Christ kra wo yaudi because obe wuman enso so ye ti hwe se yesi Jesus Christ aba na onyini die wo mu abi mpo na trempo wanya nti obia wo yaudi but nye no no na ye hwehwe yesre ne se obia de ne yaudi beto nchen na onipa ya yenya no no ye besu no mu ye na ade papa ewu no mu no anam yeso amagana fo nyina hu ya make us out to senya one of the blessed constituency here yenya of the whole country
enwachi ena ora Eugene ahie ehye nananom bo so be de beti bia se be ya empuntu a awutu senya West ene importantemu ehia no ode bema wo mo
awutu senya West ninkanko bodja sema ninkanko odan yakoma do pa nti de betuma ye ama oman we pijan ye be ye asa America no enye kasa keke the background na yeti ahasisi a me use na me ba be wi ama ansani ato afa na ana meka enye se kasa keke ansa na ye ba beto MP before aba no me ba hama oma olikro editu meni se e bibia ehia mo pa enti me ba ye no me boa me ho kakra at least say enyan tro na be kai enti me ba no ka le sia the 50 bags of cement me de ma wa ye de sha
Pranto ye enigidie mu ensem na nra na nsroma ne etoso na otwe mienu eni na last week no kwada dunum ye won mo de enti ye no anso saa nipa aduasa na wo se ye so ne so na no anso eswani se o ka kire nkura no ya de papa ye nkwohwe ne no ekoso ebi
tasegume ho miesisia na nyane
asemo wo nyuma woto na mo amekura ni wiase omo ye so talented enti ye nsroma omo so no nti nyame yado next week ye hia 3:30 now to TV na nchi na fe wo hwe ne ekoso nkra ni nyina ya ade ma menyina no so na Adom TV Premtobre Kasee no aha na brema kwan na media siase da ye odia wo mre no wadaje me da team no so ase adwumaso a won maye medidi afia amankwa tamaklome ko countryman songo etwaso